My childish childs, my name is Yasin and welcome to the Cyberdark combo video. So I'm going to be showcasing you pretty much 5 combos really in depth. So I don't really want to mix this with the deck profile because I also want to explain the deck profile really fully. Otherwise it's just gonna be like a screenshot and then it's like, yeah, copy me and that's it. But no, I don't want people to copy me, and also I want people to listen all the way through so they can avoid asking questions in the comments and be like, why do you play, I don't know, as Cyberdark Edge and not Cyberdark Horn and Keel, while I don't know, I mention it like every single time, like 20 times at least. But yeah, before you start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. Motivates me so much to keep making videos like these. And now let's jump right into combo number 1. Combo number 1 is going to be kind of like a less meta relevant one. It's going to be a bit more for the casuals, and there's another way of doing this. You don't necessarily need to be using the cards that I'm going to show you right now, but it's going to be a bit less appealing. So assuming that you have Cannon with attachment Cybern and hopefully you're going to be good at the game and draw Magician Souls, but if you're not, well, it's gonna be a bit harder because, yeah, I mean, if you can Souls and then draw 2 and then trigger 2 effects, you're pretty much in Happy Land City. And in case you were wondering, what is the target for Souls? It's D-Shifter. It's the only spellcaster that is level 6 or higher and doesn't actually suck. Because I'm not trying to play Apprentice Illusion, and I'm definitely not trying to play Mahad. I'm not crazy. Dimension Shifter, at least you can say, oh yeah, it kind of does something. But yeah, the draws, they don't really matter. They're kind of just a bonus at this point. And look at how I can actually amass a lot of card advantage. I'm not making a lot of interruptions, and that's the reason why it's like, it's good, it's a really good combo, but it's not necessarily the most appealing or the one that people are probably always going to go into, because all I'm really doing at the end of the day is drawing a bunch of cards and setting up my graveyard. So in conjunction with other cards, this combo is much better, but like I said, this is only combo number 1, and I always kind of function in like crescendos, so the end is going to be really good. Not saying that the very beginning of my videos are going to always be garbage, but yeah, anyways, let's get into combo number 2. Okay, so actually assuming that you have Horizon, that's kind of like a weaker combo, but still, yeah, Horizon with attachment Cybern, going second when your opponent doesn't have interruptions, so this is definitely not the most competitively viable combo, but this at least is the combo that eventually makes Cyberdark and Dragon. It does take 2 turns. If you want to do it in 1 turn, you're going to have to be playing Cyberdark Chimera and Power Bond, which is hands down the shittiest combo in the history, and we're not trying to showcase that, obviously, because it has absolutely no meta relevance. So yeah, on your very first turn, so on turn 2, because you're going second, you're going to attack directly with Edge, so regardless of what kind of stuff your opponent might have, doesn't matter. So you're just going to be foolishing for the Cyber and Dragon, and then of course with Horizon, you're foolishing for something else. Horizon, shockingly enough, is incredibly bad. It's really impressive how trash the card is for both Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dark Dragons, because there's still not a single fusion monster that has a powerful, relevant effect in the graveyard. Cyber Eternity Dragon is the only fusion monster, Cyber Fusion, that has an effect in the grave, and it's really not that good. You have to be doing well in order to use it in the first place. But yeah. Anyways, now it's going to be your second turn, so this is turn 4, technically, because your opponent is also passing. If he tries to attack over the edge, you just go Claw Effect and then send Entis and then pop his monster. Or like send the Wind Pegasus at Ignister and then shuffle back a card he controls, which is pretty nice. And then also your Edge doesn't die, and you get a recursion with Claw, so it's really not the end of the world. He can destroy your monsters. If anything, you're maybe plussing. It actually helps you. But anyways, now I'm pretty sure you should be able to follow with what I'm doing. So we're going to go into battle phase, attack our opponent for at least 24, because you can halve the attack of both, and then go 12-12, and then get 2 foolish effects. So you're going to be foolishing from your deck and foolishing from your extra deck. And then on main phase 2, this is the beautiful part where you go draw 2 and then search, well, I mean, recycle, draw. So yeah, you're going to get to 4 cards in hand, absolute insanity. And now, of course, Link Rebo, Clock Lizard. This is like the insane part. Like, who the frick would ever think of that? Clock Lizard. You don't even need to play Overload Fusion. In case you really wanted to, you could actually use Overload Fusion to make this combo, but the issue is that you would be playing fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because Overload in a control deck like Cyberdark, that is already really slow to begin with, makes absolutely no sense. The card sucks. You don't want to draw it, and you never want to draw it. You only want to access it when you're already doing so well, and that's just not a good mentality. If you're playing a card in your deck, you have to be fine with you drawing it, or you have to be kind of in a situation where it's not the end of the world, and you can kind of tell yourself, if I draw it 1 game out of 7, I don't mind too much. But like I said, Cyberdark kind of has consistency issues, so instead of playing and showcasing combos with Power Bond and stuff, I'm showcasing you the most meta-relevant, or the ones that actually aren't going to make your deck worse. Like Magician Souls is a real Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm not playing anything fake here. Edge is the best out of the 3 Cyberdarks, and then obviously Claw and Cannon are insanely good. Dimension Shifter, not too bad, and then obviously Horizon, if you want to play it, you can play it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And yeah, whatever, this is the Cyberdark End package and Attachment Cyburn. I'm not trying to send the Hertz in order to search Cyber Dragon from my deck to my hand, because like I said to someone in the comment section, even though you're technically getting 1 additional card in your hand, it's not technically card advantage. It's not a resource. It doesn't actually count because it's just a blank. It sits there in your hand and doesn't achieve any purpose. You're going to have monsters on your field. You can't summon Cyber Dragon. And even if you do, what are you doing? You're not doing anything proactive. All you can do is make contact fusing for like Appaloosa, whatever, if you want to get rid of that. But I mean, for Mega Fleet and Fortress, and that's just not worth all the drawbacks. Like, you have to play fake cards, like I said, like Hertz and Cyber Dragon, and why do that when you can just play Attachment Cyber, which combos with Magician Souls and Invasion anyway, so yeah. Anyways, at this point, like I said, you're going to be using the effect of Clock Wizard. In case you didn't know what Clock Lizard did, you can tribute this card, return 1 fusion monster from your graveyard to the extra deck. This is the reason why we actually had to Foolish from the extra deck thrice, and not just twice. So once for, well, I mean twice for Cyber End Dragon and Cyber Dark Dragon, and then the 3rd time was for Cyber Dark End Dragon. Anyways, Clock Lizard also reads, return it to the extra deck, and then fusion summon that fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard. And then if this card is banished from your graveyard, you can special summon monsters from, you can make special summon monsters your opponent controls, lose 400 attack for each cyber monster currently in your graveyard until the end of the turn. Who cares about that? All we really are trying to do is summon Cyber Dark and Dragon. So yeah, you see how ridiculously difficult it is to even get the card on your field. Is this the most, like I said, optimal gameplay of Cyberdark possible? Absolutely not. Now let's get into something a bit better, combo number 3. I kinda lied when I said something better, but still, you're going to be able to see what you can do when you have not necessarily the most relevant hand. As a matter of fact, Cyber Dark Cannon and Inferno doesn't give you a lot of options. I'd rather draw Cyber Dark Cannon with Claw. It would be better, right? It would be so much better, but don't worry, man. It's not the end of the world. So now we're actually going to be searching the edge, obviously. They all have the same effect on normal summons, so don't try to go, oh yeah, but there's another combo if you... No. They do the same freaking thing. Except that Edge can attack directly by cutting its attack in half, and then Keel inflicts 300 when it destroys a monster by battle, and freaking Horn deals piercing. Like, ooh, oh my gosh, I'm terrified. But yeah, anyways, now you're going to equip back, and then the Horizon... No, sorry, Inferno, I'm so dumb. Is going to bounce back nothing, because you're going to go into battle phase. This is a going second combo, and your monsters, ironically, Cyberdarks, as long as you are equipped to a monster, you can't be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effect. And the cannon, essentially, when you attack, you're going to be able to Foolish from your deck to the grave. So technically, if Glue Up Bulb was a thing, you could actually mill for that and then make Needle Fiber, stuff like that. Or you could actually make Denglong if the card was legal in, I don't know, it's the TCG, but it'll never be the case. I don't know why Konami is just so scared of Denglong. I mean, I definitely know why. The card's ridiculous. But yeah, you're Foolishing for the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Remember that this is only a 2-card combo, and it's a pretty bad 2-card combo. It's like really not that good. But yeah, now you're just equipping back the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, and this is just the cool way to use Cyberdark Inferno, really. You're just, I don't know, you get the best of both worlds, because this is going to be kind of annoying to get rid of, and even if he tries to attack it over by battle or something, this goes to the grave, but then you have like Invasion to equip it back, and then it goes to 18, also can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. You can pop cards your opponent controls with Invasion, so not too bad, not too bad. This only has 1200, but if it was actually equipped with Invasion, it would be 1800, because the equip would actually make it might gain 1,000 instead of just gaining attack equal to the attack of the equipped monster, which in this case is 400. But anyways, let's get into combo number 4. Alright, so I definitely wasn't joking when I said that if you draw Cyberdark Cannon and Claw, it is actually much better. It's just so much better than drawing Inferno because, yeah, I'm going to show you right now. You get constant, like, just a lot of recursion. You keep just going +1 every single turn. And by the way, in case you were wondering, well, oh, Yasin, you're only showing us going second combos. Well, read the freaking cards. During damage calculation, if you do something, do that. What do you want me to do? Black magic and randomly have turn 1 battle phases? I can't. And there is literally no other thing that you can do in Cyberdark. Like I said, I'm not going to be showcasing combos with Cyberdark Chimera and Power Bond, not only because they're extremely obvious and way too simple, but because they're absolutely unplayable any way that is close to being competitively viable. So yeah. Now you're going to go Claw for the Cyberdark Invasion. This is not even close to being like the other combo. This is just so much better. Technically, if we want to Buster Lock our opponent, we can do it right now. And instead of having a really weak 1200 attack monster, we actually have a pretty gigantic 3400 monster. And to make matters worse, we also could have used the other effect to send the cannon to the field, to the graveyard, to then destroy a card your opponent controls, and also draw 1 card, which is really nice because we're only playing with 2 cards. And also, like I said, your Cyberdark Invasion stays on the field, so next turn use the effect again to equip the cannon, then you go attack, or, you know, the Claw, send something from your extra deck or deck to the grave, and then you have the Interruption live for next turn. So every single turn, you're always drawing 1 card, equipping back 1 card, recycling back 1 card, popping cards your opponent controls. This has the potential to be such a good control deck. We don't need too much. If we can get an ABC treatment where we get a brand new Cyberdark Machine monster that actually has a real legit good effect that it can equip maybe multiple cards from the graveyard, maybe up to 2, that could be absolutely fantastic. Even if it doesn't have a bonus effect of like halve the attack and then attack directly, I don't need that. All I really want to is to equip multiple monsters. That would be really amazing. But yeah, that's it for combo number 4. Let's get into the absolute magnificence that is combo number 5, hands down the best. Okay, so if you were actually patient enough to stay all the way until the end, you are going to be heavily rewarded because this is probably one of the most beautiful combos I have personally ever made in my life. I'm really happy. This is going to be an insane amount of interruptions. It's going to be pretty disgusting. Not even gonna lie, I can't believe a control deck, not a combo deck. This is not a combo deck. A control deck can do all of that. Yeah. What are your predictions? Do you think I'm going to be using Needle Fiber? Do you think I'm going to be using the Rocket Engine? Do you think I'm going to be doing some sketchy shenanigans? Well, one of the 3 was right, but let's see which one of the 3 was right. So what is going to be my first play? Cannon, of course, to search for Edge. It's kind of unfortunate that you can't do any more than that, but whatever, I'll take it. Alright, Edge is going to be recycling back the cannon, well, equipping back, sorry. And then, of course, the attachment Cyburn is going to equip itself from the hand. Magician Souls is going to Foolish for the Dimension Shifter. At this point, the Magician Souls is going to be doing the exact same as in combo number 1, so we're going to be drawing 2 cards, and I think you can already see it. The Noctovision is a card that I was able to draw, but you don't necessarily have to draw Noctovision for this. You can even summon it later on, and you're going to see why soon enough. So yeah, you're going to be summoning Noctovision. This card does 3 things. It summons itself from the hand, which is already good. It draws 1 card when it is sent to the graveyard for a link material, and by the way, it has an effect in the grave where if your opponent tries to target your face down back row, you can banish it, negate it, and then your opponent is no longer allowed to target those face down back row for the rest of the turn. Absolute insanity. 1 card does all those 3 things. Really nice. And it's a level 7, so if you're playing like Red Eyes decks or something like that, well, you can definitely play this for, I don't know, XC summoning, even though I don't recommend it. Please make link monsters with it, but yeah, anyways. Now, you're going to be making Link Rebuild. This part is actually really important because you need the down arrow, and I think at this point you might be able to kind of tell what I'm about to do. Yeah, Guard Dragon comboing, haha. But don't worry, I'm not going to be playing any fake or brick cards. Everything that I'm going to show you are just real Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you would be playing on the deck anyway. So just no shenanigans, no Boot Sector launch with like Absol Router, Dragon's Ravine Romulus. No, don't worry. And by the way, the card that I'm summoning with LP is Cyberdark Claw, so if we didn't draw the Noctovision and we really want to draw, well, the LP can just summon it because I'm also not playing the Pisty. I'm not comboing that that much. That's not really the main goal. And now I'm making, of course, the Hieratic Seal, and I'm going to use the bounce back effect. And the beauty about Inferno is that you don't necessarily have to normal summon. You can just bounce back and choose not to normal summon, which is a great way of randomly searching a claw from your deck to your hand, because LP summons it from the deck to the field, sure, but this card doesn't have a lot of value on the field. We want it in the hand because now we can pitch it and then search for the trap card, which is where it's at, because now we can actually equip back Dragon Buster Destruction Sword from the grave and just do so much more than that. We can also start popping cards and stuff. This is just gonna be Happy Land City to the Dome. So yeah, now set 3 cards, Happy Land, like I said. Our opponent is going to pass, he's going to twin right away, and we're just gonna be like, bro, Noctovision, like, come at me, Twin Twister, you think I'm scared? I'm not scared of anything, I mean, come on. Alright, Invasion now is going to equip back the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. You already know it. My opponent could have just anything. I even have the Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, so I can bounce back something he controls, and by the way, it's far from being just that. So even though we didn't make a lot of real negates, look at how we're going to be able to gather advantage at the speed of light. Even this Hieratic Seal, it doesn't just bounce back something our opponent controls, it does more than that, it also special summons from the deck. So now we're going to be special summoning the Cannon, or the Claw, it doesn't really matter, and now, well, our Invasion is back to being live again. And we still haven't used our 2 trap cards or our 2 hand traps because I just wanted to show you how ridiculously good this combo inherently was. So even if your draws are garbage, which shouldn't be the case because honestly, it's not like you were playing a lot of fake cards in your deck, like I keep saying, because if you were playing Power Bond and Chimera, well, maybe you would dead draw them and maybe you wouldn't be able to do all of that. But yeah, now we're even drawing into more hand traps. I mean, whatever, it's fine with me. And now we're going to be using the effect of Cyberdark Inferno. Again, we don't have to use the normal summon, so we can just discard it and then search a monster that this time has an effect on normal summon. It's going to obviously be the Edge because that's the only one I play. And now we can equip the Claw, whatever. Anything to just always get back your resources again and again and again. And for everyone who might be saying, well, you're only playing 3 Cyberdark monsters that can equip back from the graveyard, so that's just not enough. Well, have you read the effect of Claw? It doesn't just search for Cyberdark spells and traps and Foolish from the extra deck to the grave. When it is sent from the graveyard, well, from the spell and trap zone while equipped to a monster to the grave, you're going to be able to recycle back any Cyberdark monster from your grave to your hand, including itself. So even if you only had Claw and nothing else in the grave and it goes to the grave, you can just go back immediately to your hand. Kind of similar to, I forgot, there was a card back in the days that people used to play that was kind of like that. Night Assailant or something like that, I forgot. And yeah, Cyberdark Edge is going to be kind of just an infinite resource, because every single turn you get it back again and again and again. Even if your opponent goes Veiler, you just go Inferno, bounce back, normal summon, again, equip, and then you have to deal with the 2400 attack that you can't really jump over, because I'm just going to be Foolishing for Entis and then destroy your monster, and you can't really go Regeki or anything that targets, because again, Inferno protects your monsters. That's huge, and your opponent is going to have to be scared of Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, the trap card. Look at how ridiculous you're amassing advantage. As I keep saying, this deck has the potential to be so good. We don't need too much, but we need good cards. That's the important part. And this is why I was always kind of getting enraged when I saw the first cards and how bad they were. And even when I saw Eternal Cyber, I was like, this is such a letdown. But yeah, I mean, finally compensating for everything that we lost. I'm really happy about Cyberdark Invasion. Definitely the way to go. Good job, Konami. You actually did well. Please keep on just, I don't know, yeah, keep it up. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But yeah, I really hope you guys were able to learn a thing or two and enjoy with this combo video. If you guys were able to do all that, well, please make sure you leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. That would help me out so much. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for the deck profile, so make sure you don't miss it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.